It's Colleen with Khalees.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us, and of course, don't miss any info we've got for you over at our website, Khalees.com. We'd love for you to go check out our video library. Today, we're going to be making a everyday wreath that you can easily switch out for different seasons. We're going to make this killer vase. As you can see, this is a pre-made vase. Let me flip it over and show you the back. It's basically in the beautiful shape of an oval. And all of this comes attached to this lovely, strong wire base. So, yes, you can hang this on the door just as it is. But I'm going to show you how to take this up to the next level and how you can save some money by starting with a pre-made base and making your own. So, what we're going to do is, this is, I think, about a 26-inch long oval. But we're going to add it to a, this is an 18-inch wreath base. Okay? And we're going to lay the oval just right on top, and now I'm going to spread it out. Now, I had already fluffed the wreath base to begin with, so I've kind of got a good shape. The reason we're doing this is I'm trying to get like a beefier base so we can add things to this during different times of the year. So this is a great way to make wreaths to pop, fill up your Etsy shop, to sell, or if you want to just make them for yourself, this is a great way to have something neutral you can change for other seasons. So what I'm going to do here is pop in some zip ties. These are zip ties. I usually call them cable ties. You can get these in different colors. This is a kind of a white one. I am not going all the way through the back. I am just kind of grabbing a couple of pieces of the grapevine and getting that nice and tight. And then I'm going to trim that off. I would recommend at least 3 points of connection, if not maybe 4, just to be safe. Okay, and I'm just going to go, I think I'm going to do 3. So 1, 2, and then 3 over there. That should be enough. If you feel like your wreath needs more, like you need to pull it over and you need another one, you can always add as many as you want. You got to have this going the right way, though, or the zip tie doesn't work, guys. All right, I'm going to pull that really tight. So that's 2 in. Okay, and now I'm going to come in with the third one right over here. Just move the florals out of your way. Oh, this is a perfect one to grab. I'm just going to pull this, and I'm going to get 2 or 3 pieces of grapevine underneath and just cinch this really tight. Okay, trim off that cable tie, and we're good to go. Now, our next step is to come in and all those places where we attach this to our base, we're going to cover with Spanish moss. So today we're using our dark green Spanish moss, and you're just going to take it and ball it up into smaller pieces like this. I just do a little ball, and we're going to take a little bit of glue from our glue skillet on my bamboo stick, and I'm just going to pop that in. All right. And I'll pop this in here, just going over it to cover it. Make sure that covers your mechanics well. That one's not one to stick. There you go, buddy. Now one more up here at the top. You might need more or less of this depending how much cable tie is showing. I kind of did that one like a little longer shaped. And we'll pop that one in. Okay, and that's just sticking down. Now, next step is we have to take take time and shake hands. In design school, when you fluff something out, I call it shake hands with it. Get to know it, y'all. I think it's separated out here. Y'all, if you want to get on our wait list for our design school when it opens again, you can head over to Khalees.com. Just click on design school or go directly to Khalees Design School. Now, anytime you get a pre-made wreath on a wire base and you want to beef it up and add that more natural woodsy look, you take and you use 3 cable ties and put it on a grapevine base. That easy. Now, get ready, because this is where the drama's going to happen. Before I show you too much, let's make our bow first, because I don't like to tease you like that. All right, let's get out our easy bow maker and our ribbon. Now, I said this is a year-round wreath, so our bow we're going to pick is pretty neutral. So let me bring my bow maker out, set this guy up over here. He's looking really cute. And we're going to make just a simple bow for this project. Just boot out of your way any of that little bits of moss. Okay. So I'm going to start off with about a 20-inch tail. So I'm going to measure that the length of the bow maker, come right to the center, and twist it. Okay? And this is expandable jute ribbon. So it is just a beautiful medium because you can take and extend it out. And I'll show you how you can work with it. Okay? right now I'm not expanding it at all. We're just letting it do its thing. I'm at 6 inches on each loop. Come to the center and twist. Hold that with 2 fingers in the middle while you're separating out the loops. Bring that back to the center. 6 inches. So right now I've got 2 loops at 6 inches on either side. And I got 2 tails at 20 inches. Grab my scissors. Just cut this straight off. You can't dovetail it or anything. You just cut it straight. Let it do its thing. Now we're going to come back in with another center piece. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to make this tail about halfway down. Okay? Maybe a little bit more. 3/4. And I'm going to twist. Now I'm going to make this loop shorter at 5 inches. A whole inch shorter. 5 inches. Twist. Hold it tight in the center. 5 inches over here. Scrunch it down. All right. I'm going to hold these opposite here and just cut those. All right, so this is a 2-1 bow recipe, really easy. And we're going to need a small cable tie for the center and a large one for the back. I prefer, this is an 8-inch cable tie running through the center, and then we've got an 11-inch going to the back. Put that in the center. Look, I even have a leaf. I've got so many oak leaves right now, y'all, from our tree. Separate it out, hold pressure in the middle. It's pollen season over here. Look at this little guy. These were stuck in my wreath because I had them outside. They're trying to pollinate somehow from the leaves. Okay, I separated it all out. I've got great spacing. I love how this ribbon is somewhat, you know, you can kind of, I was going to say translucent, but you can kind of see through to the back. I love that part. Now that's my attachment cable tie. I'm going to get it really tight. Take and just cut that piece off, make it nice and neat. The final step I do on the bow making is I like to add a little piece of ribbon to the center, and this ribbon works just great. Cut about a 12-inch strip, and I take and fold it on itself. So I get it nice and thick in the middle, and then it makes a really nice, clean, neat center. And you're going to see how that cleans it up. Looks really good. And I'm going to do 2 knots in here. Here's one. Well, maybe not. I'm going to try to do 2. I think I got it. 2 knots. Okay, so this is our bow. Now, if you want to be able to change this bow out for seasons, different seasons, use some wire on the back of that bow, and then it's just ready to change out. Now, I like to take and kind of clean up my tails, and just do that by rolling and curling. Okay, just start it. It's a little tricky to start. Start it going, okay? Get a nice curl going. All right, once you're happy with that curl, tack just a wee bit of glue. So scrape the glue off your stick here. Just gonna use just a little bit. And that's gonna help hold that curl, okay? Just pat it, got it. We're gonna do that on every one of these because I gotta deal with these ends. These ends are a little ornery. Start the curl, get it a little tighter. I don't like them to be matchy-matchy, so I do one a little longer, one a little shorter. Come in here and get rid of most of the glue off there, and then just gently tack it. Watch your fingers. Don't do that with a glue gun. You will burn the tar out of yourself. Make sure your glue is cool enough to touch it. I'm going to rotate that, rotate it, curl it. Okay, so I got a nice curl going. So we're going to do that on every curl. Some of these, I'm curling these all under. You could curl them forward, too, if you wanted. Okay, just gently tack it. I just found I like the way these curls hold. It looks really cute. I'm going to show you one more trick with this bow after we get it in our piece, okay? And just gently tap it, tap it. Good. Curls are in, but is that bow looking good? All right, put that to the side. Go grab your wreath base because we're ready to bring it back to the start of the show here. All right. And as we talked about before, I'm going to fluff it kind of to the inside. Make sure we've got good coverage everywhere, which we do. This looks great. Now, I'm going to grab my big spray. You're going to need one big spray for this design. You're going to love this because it's just so easy. In this one, we're going to use a gorgeous sunflower. So find you a big floral spray. We will have the whole supply list for this project. If you want to text us at 832-734-5201, I'll text you out the supply list. But any type of floral you want here, but it needs to be big and bold. So for me, this was just a perfect solution, this gorgeous sunflower spray. Now bend these heads forward. They need to be looking at you, smiling up at you. This is going to run right down the center of the wreath. So I don't need a whole lot of stem here. So I'm going to go right to that. These little indentation parts on floral sprays are for you to cut at. So they help you make nice, clean cuts. So use them. Whenever you see those little lines, use that, okay? Now, I'm going to take in what we call dry fit. So I'm going to put this in without gluing. I'm going to take and just stick it in here. We're going to dry fit its position. I know I want it to run up pretty much up the center. Right up the center of this wreath. Wait till you see how pretty this is. And simple. Okay, once I'm happy, instead of gluing this, I'm just going to cable tie or wire it. Because once I have this neutral base, guys, I can change this out for every season. I can find me a beautiful poinsettia. Or maybe in early spring, maybe I find some big butterflies that can run right up the center like this. Just so many different options. So instead of gluing this, I'm cable tying one at the top. Okay, and you're going to pull that nice and tight because this is what's going to hold this. And then I'm going to cable tie the other one at the bottom. And I tell you what, if you make the bow neutral enough, it could go with whatever piece you wanted to put in there. So let's say you have a wreath, you put your fancy wreath on your door, but maybe you've got a back porch or something where you want a wreath that could change out, but you don't want to have to invest in a big fancy one or make you a fancy one all the time. Or maybe you're a wreath maker like me and you're always running out of time for your own wreaths. These are so easy to switch out, okay? Those two pieces, it's good to go. It's good to go. Now, I am going to take and put some moss over these to camouflage them. But if you had brown or green cable ties, you probably wouldn't even have to do that. Okay? Now, I'm just going to touch this right to the cable tie. So that way when I have to take this cable tie out and switch it, the moss will just come right off. Okay, so that one's in. Grab your glue strings, guys. Anytime you have one Blue Merino, you got to get them off there. Okay? Look how pretty. This is so simple. I mean, this is all about easy and convenient today. Okay, we started with that pre-made base. We stretched it a little bit more circular to go on an 18-inch grapevine wreath base, which gave us this really beautiful look. Now we've got these gorgeous sunflowers rocking on here in one spray. Now pull the greenery around to kind of hide any of your mechanics. You ready? Are you ready how easy this is? Now, it's bow time. So the bow, it just tucks in right here. Right here beside. Oh my gosh. And I can attach it to the floral stem if I want it to be right here and be more forward. I think that would look amazing. So instead of putting it all the way down to the grapevine, I'm going to put it up here. And we're just going to attach it to the floral stem. And you know what? When you take this wreath down or you want to change it out, you could absolutely leave this bow attached to the floral and just pop out the stem. And you are good to go. Isn't she super cute? Oh, easy, super cute, very simple. And I know you can do this on your own. Any wreath you might already have that's just a pretty base. Just start with a big floral stem up the center, something neutral that can go for any time. This is a classic look that never goes out of style, guys. All right, I'll see you next time, Blue Merinos. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, and share this to your friends, because we're going to have fun with flowers every day. Bye.